Morning, Woodgods. Afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to the channel. Right, so happy days. We're in full flow. A couple of problems. We'll go over them in a minute. But overall, we're taking orders. Orders are coming in, and we're all happy regarding that, of course, because nobody likes a business without orders. So yeah, just a quick run through really. So overall, the last 2 weeks, really from when we've been pricing and getting going, we took about 2,600 quid in orders in about the last 7 days. Potentially there's another 1,000 on top of that to come in from jobs that I need to price. Went to have a look at one guy yesterday that had a set garage doors. There was the 50mm bigger at the top than they are at the bottom. So these are the problems we've got to overcome, and you can't lose any space. So my suggestion was we'll build bigger styles and we'll just cut them at an angle and fit them. So, you know, they're going to look a bit odd, but how else do you get over that without planting something on? I'd rather have a thicker style and cut them and shape them than plant a lat on or something on the side. It's just 25mm at the bottom to nothing. It's not even worth it, is it? But yeah, so so this is the first proper set that we've manufactured to go out. We're just waiting for the dip tank actually, which is coming Monday, I think. And we'll get that filled up probably Tuesday, throw them in the dip tank, they can be fitted. And yeah, you know what? I talked the customer into these. He wanted like a bow top. And I wanted these pictures for eBay and just like another product. So I talked him into having a flat design with a head with a curve on top. I forget what the name of these are called at the moment, but yeah, we spoke to him a little bit about them, and actually he took really well to the idea of getting them. So yeah, with our first, let's say, official order with these, you know, built them with a rebate, 12mm, but 22.5mm rebate. Obviously 22.5mm is the 45mm thick. Well, the 44mm thick, but you know, I've got 0.5mm for paint layer and stuff. Yeah, so they're all ready just to be checked over before we throw them in the dip tank. You know what, as much as I like paint, I always talk customers into getting a dip treatment. And the reason I say, you know, talk to them into it is you can paint over it afterwards, prime it, do what you want, but imagine a timber where it's like submerged in preservative. How much longer that's going to make it last. So for a set garage door we charge about 50 quid for dipping. For a single door or a single gate we'll charge obviously half that, 25. And it literally takes 30 seconds, throw it in. It's a bit of a messy job, but we'll get around to that when we get to it. So yeah, so that's pretty much like the first order, ready to go out. Let me just have a think. So yeah, I believe we found somewhere for our shavings. So if you didn't know already, you know, they are going there. So we found a biomass producer, a biomass fuel producer close to us. They've said that we can go tip them on their land and they'll buy it off us per bag. So that's always nice, because the one thing with woodwork is we produce a lot of waste on the wood side. I mean, you know, just for a few gates and garage doors, you know, you're getting a lot of waste. Now you can do stuff with that waste, granted, but also you put them into ton bags and sell them 30, 35 quid, whatever. I've not really looked at the price. It's another income basically, you know. We're going to be creating probably 2 or 3 ton bags, maybe 4 a week, once we're up and running. So, customary Greg's. Yeah, so what I wanted to talk about today really, let me get this set up somewhere over here, is we've got our eBay shop going. So that's, okay? Yeah, so that's pretty much brought us some revenue. Now when we set that up, we went ahead and purchased a couple of items through other people. Obviously we took a 13% hit on them, but through that we got good reviews. And we've just sold about 1,700 quid worth of stuff just on eBay, which is great. But I'm not going to lie to you, DX still haven't opened the account yet. They've come back to us and said basically we haven't got a good enough credit score. So, alright, so what's the way around it? So we have to give them £1,000 up front so that they can deliver our product, which is great, but I'll be honest with you, the customer service has been awful from them. We've been trying to get this sorted now for weeks, and I'm having to chase them up 2 or 3 times a week to find out what the next stage is and what's going on. It should have been open weeks ago. So I'm a bit nippy, bum squeaky time on that, because these garage doors and side gate will be going out, you know, about 150 miles away from us. So, I mean, we've got the money in it to go deliver them ourselves, so it's probably what's going to end up happening. But I didn't really want to do that. I just wanted to wrap them and send them out. It is what it is, isn't it? Like, you know, you're starting a business, you've got to take it on the chin and do what's needed. So yeah, that's a little bit of a pain in the bum. And then everything else has been going really well. We've started getting we've got 3 customers now through our website. So the SEO with ChatGTP worked out really well, because each phone call I've had, I've asked them where they found us. Some found us on eBay, some found us through ChatGTP, through the website, so obviously the SEO is working through the ChatGTP. I've still got the other pages to do yet, but I've just not really had time. Been a bit unwell this last week, but still obviously been plugging on. I think I mentioned about the compressor going down, didn't I, before, about having a gasket blew, so fixed that with a wedge of wood. Obviously not ideal, but it's leaking air out there, so it wasn't filling the tank up as quick. So, you know, like you do when you get home, we're waiting for the gasket to come, which was about 28 quid. But I didn't want to overburn or overpressurize the compressor by working too much, because there's like a 2-way valve in it where the actual air seems to go through and divide out whatever and then pressurize the system, and it's that there where it's leaking from, so it wasn't filling the tank efficiently. So yeah, so I've kind of fixed that this morning so that we can get going and get on. So yeah, I mean, we're doing all right considering, and it can only get better from this point forward. But yeah, so we're just, what's next? So we've got that, I've got a website to carry on doing. I've not done any more on the Facebook advertising, I'll be honest with you. We've done the local stuff. I've not done anything else regarding nationwide stuff. Oh, we went to a woodwork auction yesterday, had a little look. There's some nice machinery there, so if we can get them at the right price, I think we're going to invest in them, even though we shouldn't at the minute until we've got a bit more money coming in. But it's one of those where you've got to speculate to accumulate, and sometimes, like, it's a 5-head planer, it's a 20 grand machine. I feel if you miss it and you can get it for 3 or 4 grand, then you'd be stupid not to. It's going to make its money. We pay about 15p a metre to get the gate stuff PSE'd at the minute. But what that does change is a complication because you need a bigger extractor which can then suck off, yeah. So, yeah, but we've got a plan. We sat down the other day, in the week, and what we did was we spoke about what we want, where we want to go, and we laid out a clear plan of what we want to do. And our goal is not to mess with the softwood side too much. There's a big market for it. Our competitors, let's say, have been selling like 2,000 or 3,000 items on eBay a year for the last 5 years in this market. And how I found that out was I looked at how many items are sold, because it tells you, and then looked when they joined eBay. Simple, really. So yeah, a bit of information if you've got any competitors and you're wondering how much they're actually selling on eBay. It does actually tell you. And obviously most of these competitors that we're up against, it's only wooden products that they sell. So yeah, so we've started that. We've got one gate ready to go out that was on eBay. Got the samples that we took to a couple of the merchants. So yeah, we're just really we're ready now to just keep cracking on, and hopefully the work keeps coming in. I need to put a bit more effort into the website, of course, and get the SEO sorted out on the other pages. Obviously hardwood's where we want to be in the future. Probably Iroquois and oak, or just purely oak. You've got to think oak's a huge market, and most people that live in certain areas can only use oak, and we're damn competitive compared to other people. But obviously the machinery we need better machines for oak to make it more, productive, cost effective. We need a 4-headed planer, we need a Maffel 130 CE, I think it is, ripsaw, because we'll get it in log form. And we need a better cross cut, better spindle moulder, and we'll be about there really, I think. But in all that, at auction you're probably looking at $7,000, maybe a bit more. But that's the market we want to be in, and that's the one then we'll throw the budget out for marketing and making sure that we're doing AdWords as well as Facebook marketing. So yeah, it's just a little bit at a time, isn't it? The fence panels we've not really had any interest on at the moment. Obviously it's probably wrong time of year just at the minute, maybe another month. Yeah, we've not really had anybody interested in the fence panels as of yet. So we're going to look at making a feathered side gate as well. Just another product to put on eBay, another product to send out. Not that I really want to, but I think, at the minute we've got the materials, so why don't we try it? If they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. So all this at the minute is just a little overheads to cover it. Little profit, high turnover, just try to cover the costs on the building. I did price some windows and stairs for somebody, but they said we were a little bit more expensive than had been quoted. But I know the company that quoted them, so they finger joint everything, so you can't really compete with that when you're having to mortise tenon and mess about, really. Finger jointing, it's one pass, it's done, isn't it? So yeah, you win some, you lose some, don't get hung up on that, that'll be too disheartening. But yeah, I'm just looking around thinking, right, what else? But yeah, that's probably about it. That's probably where the latest update where we're about to. So I'm just about to build a Legend Brace garage door. So I was going to record it, create a video for the next one, put that up on, how we create those. But this is our trusted jig. A bit of I think it's 12mm ply, and then we've cut some sort of a bit of framework just to keep it square. So yeah, but I'll go into that in the next video, which I'll do straight after this one, and then we'll get cracked on. But yeah, just a little update. Oh, and then cardboard. That was this. So corrugated sheeting, cardboard for wrapping and cling film. So expensive. Wow. Yeah, we'll have to buy that in bulk to get it cheaper. So I'll might do a whole video on that. Jesus. But yeah, that's something that you need to build into your cost, which we have. You know, I have done, but I was just shocked at the price of it. I think it was like 38 quid a roll or something like that for a 1200 wide one. So yeah, so we'll go through the whole process of, we'll sit down one day when I figure out how to get a bit of time, get my laptop, so that we can switch between. We'll go through what we make, what we don't make, what's been good, what's been bad. Obviously at the minute, fence panels look bad, gates and garage doors are starting to sell, which I know they will. We've had probably something like 5,000 impressions on eBay in the last 2.5, 3 weeks that we've been on there. So, you know, it's starting to come together now. We just need to get that seller rating up. We can now sponsor stuff, but problem with sponsoring stuff is that I'm a bit worried about putting the advert out there, getting more work in when we've got no courier to deliver them at the minute. So I don't want to overwork myself when I'm working 5 days and then Saturday, Sunday having to deliver. I can't even say that. Yeah, which I don't mind. I'm up for the graft, but obviously we've got an 11-week-old, nearly 12-week-old baby. You know, you've got to look after the family as well, haven't you? So, but I'm here on a Saturday, and the missus has said, you know, get yourself in, get them garage doors built so you can get them out sooner, even if you have to deliver them. So yeah, it's just one day at a time. Feeling a bit less stressed than I was in the last video. The work, like I say, is slowly coming in, it's slowly building up. So yeah, if we can hit 30, 40 grand a month, which is where I want to be through eBay and Facebook sales, we'll be laughing all the way to the bank, which is pretty much, you know, really good money. Probably time to get a couple of lackeys in, really help out with all this sort of stuff so I can go forward. So yeah, and then obviously you've always got to be looking forward, so I'm looking forward towards what we can do for maybe Christmas, so, you know, gifts like chopping boards and stuff like that, see if we can bulk up over Christmas, you know, because you've got a 2-3 week period where not a lot's going to happen. So yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are with God, really. Just a little update on where we are. So hope you've enjoyed this video again. Yeah, if you like what we're bringing to you, any questions, you know, more than happy to answer them. Any ideas? Let us know. Anything you guys think we're doing right, wrong. You know, this is open to debate. It's not like a fixed thing. But yeah, cheers to everybody that's watching. We seem to be getting a good few watches, so I appreciate that. And thank you, you know, to all the subscribers that have subscribed so far. You know, this hopefully will be a journey that we're all on together. Hopefully a journey that you guys can learn from my mistakes, you know. We can learn from your ideas, maybe. And then we can just keep it going, you know. We'll give you an update every week, show you the products that we're making, show you the new machines as they come in, where we get the machines from. Yeah, it'll be interesting, but still a lot to do, but I'm trying to spend as little money as possible where I can, because as much as it's tempting, we have got to be realistic and just be like, well, we need to be making the money from the machines and that we've got ticking over, to then start looking, well, if we're going to invest more money, at least we know it's coming back. So yeah, father-in-law was dead set on, well, let's just bid on the machines. Obviously, it's up to him, I can't stop him, but yeah, overall it's been a good productive week, apart from the compressor, but we started that roughly. So now hopefully next week will be just as productive, fingers crossed. And it's coming into February, so everybody's getting paid, so looking at the gardens and everything else. So yeah, it's onwards and upwards, wood gods. So yeah, do subscribe if you like the content. Let us know your thoughts, and I'll see you all on the next one. Love you all.